you guys have stayed together. When you look at the landscape of the NBA, if it had been you and Phil and MJ and Dennis, how many more championships could you have won?
I would probably say at least 2.
Okay.
I would say at least 2. I would have loved to have challenged ourselves to a point to where someone could defeat us. The teams that were giving us the most trouble, Utah Jazz meaning, and more in the finals, they were just as old or older than us, which gives me the sense that we probably could have ran a couple, 3 more years in terms of teams that we could beat on the West Coast.
Scottie Morris Pippen is an American retired basketball player best known for his tenure with the Chicago Bulls. He was part of the Bulls' legendary roster that won 6 NBA championships. Pippen, along with Michael Jordan, played an instrumental role in turning basketball into an international sport and securing the Bulls' place in the game's history. Regarded as one of the greatest small forwards of all time, Pippen is a 7-time NBA All-Star and 1-time NBA All-Star Game MVP. He has also earned the accolades of being named to All-NBA First Team 3 times, All-NBA Second Team 2 times, All-NBA Third Team 2 times, NBA All-Defensive First Team 8 times, and NBA All-Defensive Second Team 2 times. The Arkansas native was also a member of 2 US Olympic gold medal winning teams in 1992 and 1996. And is the only basketball player ever to have won an NBA title and an Olympic gold medal in the same year twice. As a player, Pippen was active for 17 years, 12 of which he played for the Bulls, 4 for the Portland Trail Blazers, and 1 for Houston Rockets. A 2-time Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame inductee. Pippen was listed as one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history at 50th anniversary of the league in 1997. Childhood. Born on September 25, 1965 in Hamburg, Arkansas, Scottie Pippen is the youngest of the 12 children of Ethel and Preston Pippen. Ethel was 6 feet tall while Preston was 6.1 inch, and all their children have inherited the trait, with Scottie at 6 feet 8 inch being the tallest. Preston was employed at a paper mill until he suffered a stroke that rendered his right side paralyzed. It drastically limited his ability to speak and move. He passed away on May 10, 1990. Pippen's passion for basketball developed early. As a youth, he aspired to make the winning shot in the 7th game of an NBA championship one day. He studied at Hamburg High School, where he played for the basketball program, the Hamburg Lions. Despite his impressive high school performance, he did not attract any interest from the college scouts and eventually enrolled at the University of Central Arkansas in Conway. In the 4 years 1983 to 87, he played for the Central Arkansas Bears. He appeared in 93 games, scoring 17.2 points per game in average. NBA career. Scottie Pippen made himself available for the 1987 NBA draft and was picked by the Seattle Supersonics as their 5th overall pick. They subsequently gave him the Bulls in exchange for Olden, Polinick, and future draft options. On November 7, 1987, he made his NBA debut against the Philadelphia 76ers and scored 10 points, 2 steals, 4 assists, and 1 rebound, helping the Bulls win their season opener. He ended his first season in NBA with 7.9 points per game in average in 79 games. In the 1988-89 season, he played 73 games, started 56 of those, and scored 14.4 points per game in average. In the following season, Pippen's performance drastically improved, and he made his debut appearance in the NBA All-Star team. At the turn of the decade, he became one of the league's most promising young forwards. In the 1990-91 season, the Bulls coach Phil Jackson employed Pippen masterfully so that he could contribute to the team to the best of his ability. He started all the 82 games he appeared in and scored 17.8 points per game in average in the regular 1990-91 season. In the playoffs, his superlative form continued. He scored 21.6 points per game in average as the Bulls defeated Los Angeles Lakers to win their inaugural NBA championship. He played a pivotal role in the Bulls' achievement of their first three-peat, scored 21.0 points per game in average in 82 games in the 1991-92 regular season and 19.5 points per game in average in 22 games in the playoffs. In the 1992-93 season, he averaged 18.6 points per game in the regular season and 20.1 points per game in the playoffs. Prior to the 1993-94 season, the Bulls underwent several changes as a result of Jordan's first retirement. In his absence, Pippen had to step up to lead the team, and he did. The most controversial moment of his career occurred in the Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the New York Knicks. They were down 2-0 in the series, and the Bulls needed to win the third game to keep the hope of making it to the conference finals. Jackson came up with a gameplay in which the last play was designated to Rocky Tony Kukoc while Pippen was supposed to inbound the basketball. The notion ended up infuriating Pippen, who had been leading the team throughout the season in the absence of Jordan. He stayed on the bench, refusing to re-enter the court, while Kukoc made the shot and the Bulls won the game. A grim-faced Jackson was seen leaving the court immediately. In the Bulls' second season without Jordan, Pippen averaged 21.4 points per game in 79 games. With Jordan's return prior to the 1995-96 season and the acquisition of two-time champion Dennis Rodman, the Bulls built their team around their three-star players. Pippen appeared in 77 matches and scored 19.4 points per game in average in the 1995-96 season. Pippen's critical contribution in the following two seasons made sure that the Bulls registered their second three-peat. For the 1998-99 season, Pippen was traded for the Houston Rockets, with whom he played for one season before going to Portland Trail Blazers and spending 4 seasons there. International career. Scottie Pippen was a member of 2 gold medal-winning American basketball teams. He was part of the legendary US basketball delegation in the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. The 1996 Atlanta Olympics was no different. While Jordan and Bird has retired, Pippen and Barkley were still there. Nicknamed Dream Team 3, they won all their matches and rode to the gold medal against Yugoslavia. In 2008, Pippen played for Torpan Pojat of Helsinki, Finland and Sundsvall Dragons of Sundsvall, Sweden before formally announcing his retirement. Scottie Pippen has been married twice. He married his first wife Karen McCollum in 1998. After they divorced in 1990, he married Yunnan in 1997. Pippen often appeared as himself in TV shows and films. There is a multitude of songs that contain reference to the Bulls, the Dream Team, or Pippen personally. There is also a considerable amount of literature written about him.